Welcome back to Bionic Life. This channel is going to be making some changes. I thought being subtle in the way I did videos and kind of mentioning that I was a Hydrostatic amputee periodically would be an encouragement, but the videos just don't seem to be hitting. I get a lot of searches for amputee, and I think they don't stay and view the channel because they think they're getting a one-legged guy, and what they see is me just cutting firewood and making something. I think I'm going to flip the script on how I make content for this channel, focus on the challenges and what I've done to overcome them. Why is this tractor the catalyst for the change in the direction of the channel? It all comes down to this, and if my cameraman Trev will come over here, we're waiting for somebody else to get here to kind of put things together. I blew a clutch, and there's a reason I blew a clutch. In the video that I had out of the sort of an accidental pond where I was pushing dirt up on a backstop, this is the tractor that I started that project with. The way I operate a gear-driven tractor is I use my left foot on the clutch and shift, no problem. But I put my right foot on the brake pedals, and the foot just rides there. When I need brake, I just push down on my right knee with my hand. That's how I have hand-operated right brakes. Running the tractor, pushing dirt presents a challenge, a little bit more than normal. You want to make sure you're not rolling back with the tractor in forward gear. You also want to be running the joystick to operate the loader. So my method that day, and the way I've always done it, is I push dirt up the hill, I push in on the clutch with my left foot, at the same time I push down on my right knee, activating the brakes. I shift into reverse, let off on the clutch, and I'm in very low creeper gear, the lowest reverse gear that I can go, and I ease down the hill. That's the way I've been doing, that's why I've always done it. I know you're not supposed to roll backwards with a tractor in forward gear, but I got to the top of the hill, pushed in the clutch, went to hit the brake, and my foot was on the deck of the tractor. It was not on the brake pedals. So I started rolling back, and I built up speed quick, so I knew just to leave the clutch engaged. And the clutch was engaged. It was pushed to the floor, basically. And right at the tail end of the rollout, I hear a pop. I'm like, and then the tractor would barely move. I blew a clutch disc, and I had a bunch of fuzzy stuff in the clutch. I posted on a forum, like, hey, I hadn't split the tractor at that point. I'm like, what could possibly be going on? Here's what I did, and I just explained sort of in text what I just explained here. And they're like, oh, you need to get an HST, you need to do this, you need to do that, you can modify this, you can modify that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. What they're explaining is how they would do something. And that's how I think we all explain how we do something to somebody else. What works for us may not work for somebody else. So hydrostatic drive doesn't really work for me because most of the hydrostatic treadles, the foot pedals, are on the right side. Can you modify them to be hand controlled? I'm sure you can. But let me give you an example of how different people in different situations see the same exact situation a little differently. Two people standing at the front of a training center. I'm an amputee, the other guy lost his arm. We're talking after we did a presentation for a group and did some training for them. The facility had a few ways to get out of the room. At the back was the closest to the parking lot. At the front, you had to exit the classroom, go to a hallway, exit the hallway, or go into the vestibule, and then there was an additional set of doors on the outside, 3 sets of doors. And you were walking the other direction. So after chatting with this guy and sharing some other stories, that type of thing, we say our farewells, we start to walk away, and I immediately go for the door at the back of the room because my car's just outside that door. He proceeds to walk away. I'm like, whoa, hey, why are you going that way? He goes, the doors have the button, and I can bump it with my elbow as I'm carrying this box or this folder or whatever he had, and I can open the door. So it was easier for him to go through 2 doors, walk further distance to get to his car. It was easier for me to take shorter distance, 1 door. So if you can see, we were trying to achieve the same exact goal, get to our vehicles out in the parking lot. But we had 2 different approaches based on our situation. So HST drives or hydrostatic, they don't work for me. I know that I'm going to have to replace a clutch a little sooner based on the way I run a tractor. I use the clutch as a brake at times. I'll ride the clutch or feather the clutch. Is it the best thing? No. Would an able-bodied person do it that knew what they were doing? No. Some able-bodied people do it, and it's just by accident, riding the clutch. But that's kind of why this is the catalyst. It was a forum posting, people offering suggestions, which are well-meaning for probably 99% of the population. That didn't work for me. So hopefully I can help and encourage other people who are struggling with some challenges. I have a reason why I buy the shoes that I wear. I have a reason why I buy the pants that I wear. I have a reason why I select the hearing protection that I wear. Just on and on, there's just all these different things. If you have something specific that you would like to know, if you have a friend or a relative that's, has an amputation, post down in the comments something you might want to see, and maybe I can cover that. Maybe I've encountered it, maybe I know somebody who has encountered it. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.